Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Rachel Tintle and I am the owner and designer behind the Creative Siren. Today we're just going to do a really quick tutorial on how to make these super adorable peppermint candies out of polymer clay. They are so easy, they are so fun, and I promise that they will brighten up any holiday activity that you have going on. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right in. We're going to take our clay and we're going to cut it up so that we have about roughly the same size of clay going across the board. You can cut off more than what I have here. I'm just using a little bit at a time. And then you're going to roll out your clay and use this cookie cutter that I have here. And we're going to cut out anywhere between 4 and 5 of these little discs. I think I'm using about 5 in this video. And we're going to take those discs and we're going to stack them very neatly on top of one another. You want to make sure that these are perfectly stacked. If you need to readjust, that's fine. And then I go in and I flatten out the sides just a little bit, but you don't have to do it too much. And then go ahead and repeat this process with the other 2 colors. Once all of our stacks are made, we're going to grab just our white and our red stack and we're going to cut them so that we end up with roughly 8 equal slices. So like you're cutting up a piece of pie or a piece of pizza. And you're going to do this with both the red and the white. Don't worry about the green just yet. Once you have this cut up as equally as possible, go ahead and take your slices apart and we're going to put the circle back together, but this time we're going to be alternating the colors so that you have red, then white, then red, then white, and so forth and so forth. And try and get these as close as possible so that there isn't a gap in the very center. Now this is the tricky part. So we are going to roll our clay so that it eventually becomes a rope. So this is a little bit tricky because you're doing mostly pulling and tugging at your clay. It's not just a bunch of rolling. You have to compress your clay down so that it starts to elongate itself. And even then, you don't want to roll it too much. Otherwise, it'll distort whatever pattern that you're trying to do. So it's a lot of mostly pulling and tugging at your clay. Now, towards the ends of your rope, now that you start to really see the formation of it, sometimes, like in this case here, you'll see that some of my color didn't reach all the way to the end, but that's okay. Go ahead and save those pieces when you cut them off, and we're going to do something cool with them at the end. Now that we have our peppermint rope roughly the size that we'd like, go ahead and start slicing off those little peppermints. Now here you're going to do kind of a rolling forward motion, and that way it gets a nice clean cut on those little round candies. And then from here, I know some people will actually like to slice these after baking, but I like to slice them before baking because I go in afterwards and I round out all of those edges to make sure that it looks like a true peppermint. And once you're done rounding out these edges, you can pop these guys in the oven. These guys are completely done at this point. Just be sure to follow the instructions on the back of your clay packaging for the appropriate time and temperature that these need to bake for. Now here is where our green comes in. If you want to do a different kind of peppermint candy, one that has a little streak of green, stay tuned for this part here. So just like before, we've sliced up all of our colors into 8 slices, but now we are going to go in the green and slice each one of those slices in half. And we're actually going to end up doing the same thing with the white. So that instead of having your slices go from red to white, they're going to go from red to white to green, then back to red. And just like with our other peppermint wheel, you're going to want to make sure that there is no gap in the middle, and so all of those little clay pieces are sticking as close together as they possibly can. And now we're going to repeat the process where we're squeezing, pulling, tugging, and slightly rolling on our little peppermint wheel so that we can elongate it and turn it into another peppermint rope. And now here, I'm just cutting off the excess where I noticed that the white was really starting at that long piece at the beginning. I noticed there wasn't as much white, so unfortunately I had to cut it off. But we are gonna save it again at the end so that we can repurpose it into something else. And just like before, we're gonna sit here and cut up all of our little peppermint pieces. And once you've done that, we will go ahead and round out all of those edges and then bake. So now that we have our peppermint pieces, what do you do with all of the extra pieces that you had to cut off? Well, there's a couple things you can do. You can roll it out and you can twist it up just like I'm doing here. Now there are streaks of white in it, but frankly, I don't care. I think that it looks really cool regardless. And here I'm just gonna pinwheel it. So I'm just gonna roll it into a nice little pinwheel all the way around. So it's just a peppermint pinwheel. Super easy. And you can use that for anything. If you like to do whipped cream toppings or something, you can add that to the top. Now, if you don't want to do that, you can just take your excess clay here and just roll it and twist it so that you make a peppermint stick, which is super easy. I'm gonna cut off a little bit of the end here just because there's too much green, but otherwise, it's perfect. And last but not least, we have the infamous candy cane. So I'm gonna twist my piece of clay here so that those stripes really wrap around each other. I'm gonna round out that end and then go ahead and form my candy canes. And that's it, guys. These are so fun, they're so easy, and they're super adorable and really will enhance any one of your holiday crafts. Thank you so much for joining me on this tutorial. I hope you had as much fun as I did, and I hope I'll catch you on the next tutorial. Bye! If you loved this video, be sure to click here to see our last video. And don't forget to subscribe so you never miss another tutorial. See you later. Bye!